Might be wondering, is the Nikon D810 still worth buying? My quick answer, if you're fairly experienced in photography, this full-frame camera sure is worth it. Weddings, portraits, sports, landscape, photography, this DSLR can do it all. In fact, the Nikon D810 is still one of the dream cameras for value on the market right now. Thanks to the EXPEED 4 processor in this body, its burst rate is 5 frames per second at a high resolution. Compare it with the 4 frames per second of the last model, and up to 7 frames per second at a lower resolution. The fact is, the frame rate corresponds to the one on the D700, so it makes the D810 pretty much universal. The standard frame rate is 8 to 9 frames per second in high RAW plus JPEG resolution, and up to 20 frames in JPEG. It's pretty good for a camera with such a resolution. The image buffer is pretty large. Now, is a Nikon D810 good for sports? You can shoot pretty much anything at a rate of 5 frames per second. Even though it is a bit low for a full-frame body, it's still enough for shooting wildlife and sports-related events. As a matter of fact, the Nikon D810 is one of our top camera recommendations for sports photography with proper lenses. Here's a pro tip on how to increase your number of frames per second. If you're shooting a fast action type of scene, then just switch your camera to DX mode so that it gives you extra frames per second, 1 or 2, depending on whether you are using an additional battery pack or not. What about autofocus? In terms of the autofocus system, it's the Nikon Multicam 3500 FX with 51 focus points and 15 crossover sensors, which makes autofocus very fast and accurate. There's a wide range of autofocus possibilities, fine-tuning of all points, the possibility of selecting a zone, adequate tracking autofocus, perfectly working 3D tracking, and autofocus illumination. I mean, the face tracking autofocus is so great that you won't even want to get off the auto mode. 3D tracking and dynamic area autofocus almost always hit the target from the first shot. D810, it's definitely one of the best price-value Nikon cameras on the market right now, and you might be able to grab the body for under $2,000. Be sure to check the first link in the description below to find the best deals today. Thanks for watching this one.